Ishu Boyd and Guru in the house, back with another bang on video. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today's video is really, really firesome. You guys need to understand that I'm gonna drop bars in this video, so you guys have to be prepared for it. So let's move on. One of the Premier League clubs to have taken a pay holiday has recently been linked with a number of big money signings, which has attracted interest from HMRC. Premier League and Championship clubs have risked being prevented from spending any money on new signings in the next transfer window after taking up the government's offer to defer payments. But the problem is that if the clubs don't pay back that deferred money, then it is very unlikely that they'll be able to buy any players in the next window without facing a heavy penalty. It could have a real impact on the market. The likelihood is there will not be much of a transfer market. That could be a problem. Well, moving on. As I actually mentioned you guys about Thomas Partey's agency actually putting up an Instagram story, but they have deleted it, which I expected that they would. And Thomas Partey's agency will issue a statement imminently about an apology. It's actually without a player's permission, also from the player's agent's permission. Somebody actually has posted it, and he will be held accountable. Well, Felipe Senderos said recently to Nico Shira, he said, Arsenal need a great defender to get back on the top of the world. I know they're interested in Koulibaly and Umtiti. I'd take one of these two. I won't take either now. Moving on. Unai Emery has said he would be open to working in the Premier League again. He says, I'm open to coaching in Spain, in England, in Italy, in France, elsewhere. But if you ask me where I think I will be, I think I will be closer to the Spanish League. After 4 years, if I have a good chance to return to Spain, I feel like it. I want to face it. The first objective is to return next season. But if I can't find anything that fits what I hope for or reaches my heart, I will wait. Granit Xhaka has lifted the lid on the hatred he felt from Arsenal fans after he told them to F off. He says, these whistles against me, this hatred, this was brand new for me. What happened happened. You cannot undo it. Maybe it was a misunderstanding and both sides overreacted to some extent, but that's done for me. You have to look ahead now, motivate yourself positively in the current situation, and don't get caught up in the negative. Henrik Mkhitaryan is desperate to make his loan spell at Roma permanent, but Arsenal's asking price may be too high for the Serie A side. Arsenal will demand £22 million for the Armenian as they look to raise for funds for Mikel Arteta's squad rebuild. But the problem is Roma are only willing to pay £15 million. I think Arsenal should take it, judging by the thing that Henrik Mkhitaryan could actually be valuable to any other club. I think Arsenal should take it. Moving on. Culture Secretary Olivier Dowden says the Premier League is giving consideration to how it can be best make matches available to view without supporters being able to attend. Concerns have been raised by Digital Culture, Media and Sport Committee Chairman Julian Knight that if matches are only available via subscription, it may encourage people to go to a friend's house to watch. Let's see how things will pan out. The Premier League is facing a growing revolt from its own players. England's top flight is vying to resume playing after 6 weeks out of action. A source said, a lot of players are very uncomfortable with coming back. The only way the league takes this seriously is when someone at a club dies. Wow. Pablo Mari has revealed he and David Luiz have talked a lot about Jorge Jesus' influence in their career. Pablo Mari said, yes, we spoke a lot about that because when I arrived in the first week at Arsenal, we talked a lot about a coach I had in Brazil. He's a coach that always stays with you for the rest of your career because not so many people can do what he does. Me and David spoke a lot about those things, and it's funny because every player is the same when they have had Jorge as a coach. Moving on. Watford have beaten Arsenal to the signing of highly rated young midfielder Pape Gueye from La Havre. The 21-year-old had long been linked with Arsenal but put an end to speculation by penning a 5-year deal with the Hornets. Congratulations! Cesc Fabregas's great-grandmother has beaten coronavirus. Well, here's what Cesc had to say. He said, she has overcome coronavirus at 95 years of age. Yesterday, the test came out negative. My great-grandmother is a superheroine. But none of this would have been possible had it not been for the help of the nurses and doctors who are giving their lives at each moment so that we can all be better and live a little bit better during these difficult times. Unbelievable. Well, here's what actually things are turning out to be. A Norwegian football scout, Tor Christian Carlsen, says, what Gabriel Martinelli should improve upon. He says, still rough around the edges. He must improve his passing to reach the next level. His ability in the air also leaves a lot to be desired. About Bukayo Saka, he said there is also work to be done on his upper body strength. He can be brushed off the ball too easily, while his crossing game also needs to improve. Saka is still a learner, and when it comes to direct defending against an opponent and taking up the right positions, he struggles. Well, Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal could have happened. But the question is, here's what Edu had to say. That I was very happy to. Here's what Bruno Guimaraes had to say about Edu. He says, "I was very happy to see my name being speculated in big clubs. This shows that the job has been done very well. It's gratifying, especially from a guy like Edu Gasper. Atletico Madrid had the first option on me for a while, but ended up choosing not to exercise it. And soon after, Lyon appeared, and I gave my word to Juninho. It's unbelievable, isn't it?" Moving on, the Premier League medics are increasingly confident training in games can continue even after people are infected. Essentially, the clubs will take the view that a positive test would be treated as any other injury, with the individual being taken out of action, and that sounds very horrifying, isn't it? Moving on, Coutinho has been linked with Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham. Oh my god, I read Tottenham as Tottenham. Anyways, Everton and Leicester. Barcelona want 100 million euros for him, and it is non-negotiable, and hence it is non-acceptable as well. Moving on. Agent of Papagaye says nothing is fixed in the deal with Watford, and they have concerns over role of player's former agent in pre-contract signing. He has been linked to Arsenal in the past, but let's see. Things will turn out how exactly. No, nobody knows. Well, the possibility of Mustafi and Socrates to be sold, there may be, another centre back coming in, or probably two. Arsenal are working with it. And also, it's going to be a deflated transfer market. Arsenal have let it known that it will be mainly by loans or swaps. If they are looking at big signings, it could be an awkward conversation with players that took cuts. Let's see how things will turn out for Arsenal and any other club. Well, these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever you saw and whatever you heard about this platform that I actually bring about to you guys. It was really fun bringing it to you. It always is, as I always tell you guys. So these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way. Subscribe, hit that bell icon. You get all the news about Arsenal every single day, twice. I will see you in my next video. Until then, cheers.